Okay, so let's see. We're back. So let's see. What are we going to work on this hour? We're going to work on building the tiles. We're going to work on. Let me flip over to the. Flip over to this. So we're going to work on building out the rest of our tiles here. We're going to get the dead end built. We're going to have to get the mechanics lined up for that. We're going to work on the tile tracker so that we can create our deck. I think for time reasons, I think all I'm just going to do is create a pool of all. I had 16 tiles planned out. I don't know, the open rooms might cause some problems, so I might reduce this down to about 8 tiles instead of 16, because the open rooms, well, maybe we'll do those and we'll just have to redo our physics blocking so that we don't have any leaks so people can run around walls and stuff like that. So we'll get the rooms built out, we'll get the tile tracker built so we can actually draw other random rooms, and then we will work on, we'll get the health system in place for the player, we'll get the HUD, and then we'll see where we are, and then we'll go from there. I think we'll get the HUD, and then we'll probably get the title, the end screens. You died or you got out. Here's how much gold and stuff you got. So we'll start working on that stuff right now. Let's start up our timer. That should, yep, that's skipped. Stop playing the music. Why did this do? Hold on. Let's check our timer here, because that doesn't seem right. Completed 47 minutes. Okay. Well, we'll just let that go, and we'll try to keep an eye on this. Boom, boom, boom. Put that up there. Okay. Yeah, so we've started the timer, so let's get back over into it. It looks like it's not going to play some music, so that's going to be a good thing. And let's see where we're going to be. What is this? Warning, the stream current bitrate is low. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, jump back over here into our Godot. And let's see here. So we had this, we got this. We're going to start building the other rooms. We have the starting room, 4-way room. Okay, so let's just take the 4-way room. Let's do a scene, save scene as. Oops, gotta actually click save scene as. Here we go. Okay, tiles. Let's see. The next room we're gonna do a T inter T intersection. We're gonna call it 1 because we're gonna be able to enter the T intersection from 3 different ways. So let's call this T intersection 1. Okay, and so with the T intersection, we're gonna have the entry here. This we are not gonna have, so we can delete the trigger down. Then we're gonna go back into here, our tile set. And we're going to just close off the bottom half. There we go. And then we're going to have those. Okay. So scene, save scene. Oh, let's change this to T intersection 1. Okay. Save that. Scene, save scene as T intersection number 2. Okay. We'll call this 2. And this we're going to change so that we rotate the hallway to be facing this way. So we'll come back here and we'll just copy the down again. We'll bring this back in, put the down back in, but we're going to remove the left, delete. Okay. Okay, and then we need to go back into our tile set. We're going to bring back in our, we want that there, we want this here, we want this here, we want this to be open, and we're going to close off all of this. So we need the right hand wall like that. There. So we'll enter from the top and we'll be able to go out those sides. Okay, save that. And then let's do file, scene, save scene as. We'll do 2 intersection number 3. And then this one's just going to be reversed of this. So let's go back to our tile map layer. We're going to go here. We're going to close off this wall. We're going to open up this and this. We're going to open these up. Boom, boom, boom. And then we just have to move this trigger. You know what? It's going to make it easier. We're just going to delete trigger right. And then we're going to go starting room. We're just going to copy over trigger left. Copy. In the future, I should probably just have a template and we can just paste it. But there we go. Okay, so now we got 3 T intersections, and now we just have to try. Let's just build the tiles. We'll go back in and start messing with other stuff afterwards. Okay. Next, let's build a corridor. So scene, save scene as. We're gonna call this a corridor. The corridor is only going to have down, so we can delete this. We go back to our tile map layer. And we're going to disable these later. Okay, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Yep. Let's also label this corridor. Okay. Oh, you know what? We did not give these new unique IDs. Let's go back in here and do this. T intersection. You know what? Let's just rename this. T intersection 1. Okay. So let's see here. T intersection 1. Let's move this out of the way for a second. Give that ID number 3. T intersection number 2. We'll give that an ID of 4. T intersection 3. Give that an ID of 5. And then we just did a corridor. We'll give that an ID of 6. Okay. So we got those. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got 5 possible tiles right now. Okay. Let's change this into our dead end. So let's do file, save scene as dead end. This one's gonna be easy because we just get rid of this. There is no other places to go because we're just gonna turn off. We use this one. Boom. There. We have a dead end. Okay. Dead end. Let's call it dead end and give it a number 7. Okay. Okay. So we got those. Now we gotta get our corners. So let's go back. Let's close these out. Boom, boom, boom. So let's use our starting room again. We'll use this as a base template. So let's just do file, save scene as, and we're going to call this, let's see, we need 2 corners. So we'll just call it corner 1. Corner 1. Save. Okay. Let's see, tile map layer. So what we want to do, what we got here? We've got the bottom. So we'll just close off the bottom. Then we want to close off this side like that. Okay, so we need to remove the bottom down, and we're going to remove the, we don't need the up either. And then we're going to also remove the left. Okay. Oh, you know what? Because I used this instead of the room tile. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Room, starting room, no, 4-way room. Here we go. All right, copy this over. Paste. Okay, so we got those. Boom, boom, boom. That should be good for corner 1. Okay, let's see, save scene as. Let's do corner number 2. And let's see here. Corner number 2. Okay, and we're gonna just bring over, or you just copy over the trigger. It's just easier than trying to redo it. Paste, delete. Okay, then we just need to remap this, so this goes all the way down like that. these will be open, and we need this corner. Boom. There we go. Okay, so let's see. We've got I think that's everything that I initially established. The four-way, 1, 2, 3 T's, the corridor, the dead end, and the 2 corners. Everything else I have will make bigger rooms, but the problem we're going to run into is then if it's an open space here, then because the player is only the size of one of these squares, they'll be able to sneak in and get inside the walls, unless we redo the physics and stuff like that. But for right now, I think we're good where we are. Let's move on to actually getting these tiles into the draw state. So let's go ahead and close that. Close this out. Let's go to the game board. Let's go back to our script, our game manager. Here we have our room tile, and this is our four-way room. So let's bring in our corridor, dead end, T intersections. You know what? Just because I want these all to be named the same way. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, I know I'm wasting time because I'm renaming stuff, but I like having things looking the right way. Starting room. Oh, like I didn't even spell this script right. Room tile, ROMM. Okay. New tile, trigger, dead end, corridor, corner 2, corner 1, four-way room. Just gonna call it four-way for now. Okay. This is a UID, so I don't need to worry about replacing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We'll go up and we'll put these up here. Okay. And then what we need to do, so here's all this stuff. What we need to do is we need to get all of these into an array. So on ready, let's just do var tiles array. Okay, and then let's just okay, let's just do this. Let's keep all the scenes here. Let's do this. We're going to move these into the scripts folder. Then this way when we move it, it doesn't mess up our other stuff. This has all of our stuff, including the starting room. Let's move the starting room. I want to move this to no, let's not move that here. Let's do new folder. Let's call it tile deck. There we go. And then what we can do is we can move all these into the tile deck. Okay. Okay, so what will probably be easier actually then? Tile maps, tiles, tile deck. Okay. So instead of doing this, let's create a function here. Function load tile deck. And this is going to return, what are we going to return here? We're going to return an array. Okay, and then what we need here is for each, God, how do I do that? Not each, for, oh God, I gotta remember how to load up all the files in a directory. Load files in folder. Directory contents, directory new, list, var file name, find the file name. Okay. That is not the right one. Oh, you know what? I've got a better idea. Let's, instead of doing this, let's abandon this. Let's go back over here. Go back over here. Let's take all this out. I'm just going to leave that in for right now. Load tile deck. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to just make this export tiles an array of packed scenes. There. And then here we can just do a quick check. Let's make it a bool. Return true. Okay, let's put this in to do. Validate tiles. Oops, forgot the O in to do. Validate tiles. Okay. So then what we can do here... Oh, we can't do this because this is a... Oh, you know what we can do? I got an idea. Let's copy. Oops. Control C. Let's copy this. Let's get rid of it as export. We'll do var. We'll do load tile deck tiles. We don't need this. We'll just do void here. Void. We'll just do pass here. And then what we can do is we can assign this to the game board. The game board can then call the game manager, and we can put it all on the game board. So let's add a script to the game board create. We'll put here, we'll load the tiles, and then function underscore ready. We're going to call game manager dot load tile deck, and then we're going to send in the tiles. There we go. Okay, so if we do it that way, so then we go to game board here. Oops, we have an array. We've got 8 tiles. So then we can just do, drag in our 4-way, boom. Here, let's expand this so we can actually see. 4-way, corner 1, corner 2, corridor, dead end, the T intersection, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we save that. So now we have our packed resources. Okay. Then we pass them over to our game manager. This, we do tiles equals, and then we gotta change this to loaded tiles. It's an array. Tiles equals loaded tiles. Okay. So then we've got all those in there. And then what we need to do is we should go through each tile and then load them so that they're in our memory. So let's go through here for each, or for tile and tiles. Go and do load tile. Var tile deck. As an array. Okay. And we'll do var we can just append. What am I doing? We can do tile deck dot append the load tile. That's if I spell append correctly. Append value load tile. Tile dot resource path. Is that gonna work? Print tile deck. We'll just do that for right now. Oop. We'll just leave that in so it passes this validation. Okay. Start. Let's see what happens. We got pack scene. Boom, 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 boom. We got all the pack scenes. Okay. So that's good. Okay. So that loads into the tile deck. Perfect. So then, for to do, this is the ID. What we need to do is we need to randomly select okay, so what we need to do here is we need to do tile deck dot random with random, and then that's going to be our we're going to put this, cut this here, we're going to put this right here, and we'll instantiate it. New room.id. Okay, so that should. Did we just do this? Let's find out. We did. Boom, boom, boom. Dead end. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Nope. See, this is again why we have the problem. Okay. So we may have to come back in here and redo some of these blocking. Anyway, it's working though. So we got all the different paths, we got all this different things going, sweet. Again, we keep running into that error, so we can get out of bounds. We don't want that. Okay. Okay, so we got our tiles. Let's go back over here. Let's look at this. We've got T intersection, we've got the corridor, we've got break time. Let's keep working through the break. Break one off. Yep. Okay. Let's see. We got the corridor done. We got the corners done. We didn't do the open room. We did do the end. We need to do the exit tile. Okay. So let's just do that real quick because that's just going to be the dead end. Dead end. Okay. And that one. We're going to do file, save scene as. We're going to call this the exit room. We're not going to save it in the tile deck. We're going to save it. We'll save it here. Exit room. Save. And then in here, exit room. And then we need to draw something in here for the exit. There we go. That'll work. Let's use tile map layer 2. And we can just put the door right there. Tile map layer. Do I use the door or do I want to use the stairs? Yeah, let's use trapdoor. That's fine. Trapdoor. Boom. Okay, so that's our exit room. Okay, save this. Okay, so let's go back over to our game manager because that one we do want to save. So if we do a constant end room, there's a preload, and then we put that over here, exit room. Let's just call this the same thing, exit room. Okay. Oh, that needs to be lowercase, constant exit room. Okay. We need a tile counter, so let's put that up here in our game manager. Var tiles drawn. It's an integer. It's going to start as 0. Okay. We have a little new tile. Here we go. Instantiate. We're not worried about that because we're not going to count the start tile. If this is no, if this is all good. Yeah, no, I think we're good here. So we'll do all that. We'll return this. We'll do, oops, not that. We'll do tiles drawn plus equals 1. Okay. Oh, don't need that there. Here, if tiles drawn is greater than, let's say 15 for now. We're gonna do, we'll just do this. We'll copy this, but we'll replace this with exit room. And then here we'll do else that. Okay. Okay, well, for our new room, then we'll just do this too. Okay, so now after 15 tiles, we should be just getting the exit rooms. Oops, wrong button. F6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and exit room. 16. There's the exit room. Exit room. Exit room. Okay. Now, any other one we go to, we should just show exit rooms. Okay. Okay, let's do, instead, let's make it equal 15, so then it only overwrites the 15th tile. Oh man, this is going to be, if the 15th tile is one where they explore where they shouldn't, we should check to make sure that these are valid first. Yep. Okay. We're back on the clock. Go ahead, dismiss. I'm not going to take that break. Okay. So if we're back onto that, let's see. How can we do this? Do we want to check? No, that should work fine, because then if it draws on the 15th tile, one that we've already been to, then the very next tile, it should still be on the counter 15. So then the very next tile. So let's just double check that. I just want to make sure that my logic is right on this. So let's see. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do I have any of these that right here? 14. That would be 15. Do I have any of these that I can? No, that one. 15, 16. So in theory, there should be an exit. Oh, one more. Exit. And then no more exits. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we've got the exit set up. Okay. We got that. We got logic going. We got logic going here. Here we go. We got a tile tracker. That's all in there. We have got the... Do I not have an exit room? Exit tile. There it is. Boom. Okay. Open room. We're going to come back to that one. door key, trap, stuff like that. I said we're going to do the HUD next, so let's go back over and we'll do that. We're going to bring in the HUD and the health system at the same time because I have my, like I said before, I've got my components over here from my Terminus squad, so we're going to bring those back in here. Let's go back here, do boom boom, close all this stuff, create a new folder, we'll call it components. And in the components, we're going to bring over our health bar. We're going to bring over our health component. So let's bring these over in. Okay, so let's go over to our player here, 2D. Okay, and we're going to give him a health component. And then we're also going to give him a health bar. Okay, and this one needs a progress bar. Okay, let's turn off that percentage. Let's get this not below them or above them. I don't know. For now, let's give it a value of 100. Where is? Let's give it some color. Let's give it red. Oh wait. I want to make it a, and we'll come back to it anyway. We'll assign the health component to it. Boom, boom. Okay. Oh, wait, you know what? I don't want that there. Delete. Okay. I want that to be part of the GUI. No, you know what? Let's just put it back here. But let's make it a theme override style flat box. How do I fill this? Flat box texture, flat box texture. Okay. This texture, we're going to make it a image. No, we just want to do a, we'll just do a gradient 2D. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, we'll make it 64 wide. We'll make it a height of 8. Okay, fill, linear. Let's adjust our colors here. Where is my color thing? There we go. Black. Let's give it a deep red color here. And on this side, we're going to give it a undo that. This one. There we go. There we go. That should work. I'll give it some nice color. We wander around. We have our health system. We got that little bar. I don't like the location of it. Progress bar. Let's make that fit. Fit the health bar. Health bar is going to be that big, that big, that big. Shrink it down. I always like my health bars above the player. Let's put it back below. Let's see. We got that lined up? We don't have that lined up. There we go. Now that's lined up. Okay. So we have our health bar. And we might need to make it a little bit bigger so it's a little bit more. That will make this fill the square. That might be too big now, though. We'll see. Yeah, that's gonna be a little too big. Easy enough to fix. Boop. There we go. That should be the right size. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. So we got the player, we got the health system, Now we just need to do the. Let's make a monster. Let's make a monster. So, game board, player, scene, new scene. Character by 2D. We're gonna call this a monster. No idea what the monster is going to be, but we're just going to call it a monster. So let's give it a sprite. Let's give it a collision shape. Also, if I spell collision right, there we go. Sprite, we're going to give it, again, the assets over here, the tile sheet. Boom. This is 14 by 11. And what would we use for the player? Player was at frame number 118. Let's do 116. Nope. I want the red. There we go. 112. Okay. So we save that. We're going to call that the monster room. Where did they... new folder. Monsters. We'll just save that. There we go. We'll give it a circular shape. There we go. Okay. So we got a monster, circular shape. Boom. Now we need it to move. Actually, let's just get some hitbox stuff going on here. Where is my hitbox? Hitbox health bar. Oh no! In my health system, I do a do damage thing. Components. Health component. We have apply damage, and then. If there's a type, we don't really care about the type. Well, we got poison in there, so that's good. Okay, so let's go back here to the monster. Let's attach our script monster. Spins to body. Function. Ready. Okay, so this is how we're going to apply damage. I'm just going to put this down here. We'll comment that out. We need a. Do we need a body entered? Body entered. There's an area entered. Yeah, what the heck is it again? We'll just put that pass here. You know what? Let's just go back to the old school favorites. Hitbox, hurtbox, hurtbox. Hurt box. Add a node, add an area, 2D. We're going to call this a hurt box. We're going to add a child node to it. We're going to add the collision shape. Okay. Monster. We're going to go back here to collision. It's just going to listen to the walls. This one is going to be, let's make the monsters on layer 3. So it is going to exist on layer 3. Okay, and we're going to add in a circle shape. Circle shape. Okay, let's see here. Where was I? 2D. There's our hurt. Let's add in here. Create a hurt box. Let's put that up a level because we're going to be able to reuse that. So let's just put that there. Create class name hurt box. Hurt box. Ready. Area entered. Connect. Boom, 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 boom. Do damage. Functions do damage. We're going to have a body. It's going to be a node 2D. And then let's go back over here to this monster. We'll take that out of here. Go back over here. And we'll do body. Apply damage. And amount. Export damage damage int. Oh, var. Var. We're going to send over the amount. So we're going to send over damage. Damage type is going to be string physical. We don't need to send this because we don't care. Body, apply damage. Oh, I didn't mean to. There we go. So now if the body has a health component, and it should enter. Okay. So we are monitoring for 1. If a 1 enters, no, we want to put the player on 2. Okay, so if we go back over here, so we save that player. We're gonna say the player, it lives on. He watches 1. He lives on 2. And, you know, let's name these here. So we're gonna say walls, player, monsters. Okay, so player, boom, he exists on 2. The monster's hurt box is looking, oops, it's looking for 2, so we don't need monitorable. We're just looking for 2. We'll cause that damage to the player. Player, he's on 2. And then it should take damage if it hits him. So let's go back to the game board. 2D. Let's go back in here. Let's find our monster. Let's drop him in right here. Let's see what happens. Doesn't look like we're doing anything here. Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay. Let's see what's happening. What are we doing wrong? Monster. We don't care about the monster. Hurt box. Here we go. On ready. Area entered. Oh wait, no, we want body entered. Body entered. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Apply damage on player. Oh, right, because player, we need... let's see here. Here's our player script. We need a reference to the health component. Well, let's just call it, for fast reasons, HC. So if we go back to the script, our hurt box, body.hc. Okay. Oops. Game board F6. So this should take our damage. Boom. Should be taking damage. Oh, you know what? I think I have the player's health set way too high. Player health 100. Yeah, let's put it at 10. Save that. Okay, now let's try that. There we go. Boom. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. So we get that. We're taking the damage. We'll come back. We'll do the attack afterwards. Let's go back and let's take out the monster for now. Because he's going to be a random event. Save this. We got that. We got... Let's do the HUD player camera and canvas layer. Okay, this is going to be, we're going to call this the HUD. Add a control node. Let's make it the entire thing. Okay, and then what do we want and where do we want it? We want, I kind of want the health actually to be up here in the corner. So let's add in, let's take this health bar and we're going to put this over here. So this health bar, now let's put that in the top left corner and let's pad it a little bit. So let's move it down. Move it down over 2, and then let's make it just a little bit bigger, like 2 tiles long. There we go. So now, if you play this, this should be in the top left corner. Okay, where the hell is it? Oh. What did we do? What did we do to make that not be? What if I just did that? Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh, I just do that and just make it part of the camera. Nope. That should be how it works. Health component, yeah, control. It's the HUD that's part of the camera. Follow the viewport. How about if I do that? Nope. What the hell did I do wrong? Label, test, label, whatever. I just have to move it then. Move the control to be like this. Yeah, screw it. For now, we got this. We got that. Okay. Okay, and then we want to do. It's going to drive me nuts now. You know what? Let's go back to the exit room. Exit room. Let's add an area 2D. Add collision shape. I'm going to make this a rectangle. It's going to be 64 by 64. Okay. We're going to put that right over the trap door here. Okay, and then we're going to take all this copy. Oops, C, Control C, copy. We're gonna detach the script. We're gonna add a new script, exit room. Class name. Exit room. We're gonna make it extend. What was the other one? Room tile? No. Room tile. Save. Extends room tile. So we don't need those two. Okay, and then, but what we're going to need here is we're going to need this area 2D. Actually, you know what? Let's rename this first. Let's call it exit door. Exit door. Okay, we got 40 minutes down. 50, yeah. Okay, so 45 minutes down. Okay, so we got that. Let's do a function ready. Exit door, area entered, connect, end game. Don't want to do it that way. I want to do end game. Okay. Function end game. Body. Let's make this a node 2D. Void Oh my god, void. If body is player, print game over, get tree, quit. Okay. Oh, yeah, because I put the quotes on the wrong side. There we go. Save. Okay. We should get a little game over thing here. Whoop, whoop. Input. Don't. Okay. We wrote all those areas for the room to assume the player was on 1. Let's go back, add the player into 1. Nope. Game board. There we go. Okay. Keep wandering around. Eventually we're going to see... Eventually we'll see an exit room. Hey, there we go. Boom. Why is that not triggering? Exit room, boom. Exit door, collision. I want a monitor for 2. We want the player. Monitor, player. Okay. Why is this not triggering? Exit door. Oh. Body entered. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bang. Game over. I don't know why the game didn't quit though. It's printing game over, but I don't know why it didn't quit. Why didn't it get tree? Oh, because I need to do it that way. Okay, so we got the exit room. Let's check over here what we got to do. We got a health system. We sort of have a combat mechanic. We're going to come back to that. Player, we got a monster now. We haven't got his stuff. Door key, trap, HUD. We'll come back to these in a second. Okay. So we got the thing to end. We'll draw up a screen afterwards. Let's go back to the combat mechanic. Let's make the player actually able to attack. Yeah, let me just grab a swig of my drink here. Okay. Jump back over. Player, we have an action, so let's add in a function. Handle input. Unhandled, that works. If event is action pressed, action. Let's do, for right now, actions, let's just do it as a, let's do attack. Yeah, we're going to call it an attack function. Function attack. Boom, 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 void, pass. Okay. Before we get too far with this, let's add in an animation player. And let's add in also another sprite. We're going to call this weapon. Okay, and we're going to go back into here. We're going to do 2D. We're going to come into tile sheet. Here we go. Boom. Offset. Animation. 14. 11. Let's start with 118. I know it's higher than that, but let's see here. Sprite. Okay. Let's figure out what sprite. Let's find a weapon for this guy. Hey, look at that. How about a sword? There we go. Sword. Okay. And then what we can do is in the animation player. So by default, that will be off. In the animation player, let's make a new animation. Let's call it attack. Okay, and attack, we're going to take the weapon. We're going to add in the... We're not going to add visibility. We're going to do it through the function because we have more control over that. For now, we'll turn this on. Let's add in the rotation key, create. Let's do it 0.4. I like to move things in 0.1 increments. Let's add in a key here, key here, key here, and a key here. Okay, so right now the rotation is at 0. If we put it at 90, and then 180, then at 270, and then at 360, or 0. Okay, so boop. Let's put that at 360. Is it because of the snapback? No. Okay, now we just need to change the pivot point of where centered. So that works. But let's do the initial. So that swings the sword around. Okay, so we do a little quick little swoosh, swoosh around. And now, do I want this to be behind the parent? Where is visibility? Do I want to do that? If I do that, then let's move the Y out just a hair bit farther, like 30. 36, let's do 48. Health bar, let's also do this visibility behind parent. There we go. So then if I come down here, it swings above the health bar. Okay. Okay, so let's save that. Let's go back to our player script. If it's an attack, we're going to do, by default, we're going to put, we'll just do this, weapon. We'll also put in the animation player. So weapon dot visible equals true. We're going to do animation player dot play attack. We're going to await animation player dot animation finished, and then we're going to do weapon dot visible. Oops. Equals false. Okay, so now we run around with this. We should be able to go. Oop. Helps if I spell visible right, huh? Okay. So now we need a hurt box. We need to add a hurt box. 2D. Let's turn back on this. Add child nodes, collision, shape 3. This is going to be a circle. Actually, let's make that a rectangle. Yeah, sure. Like that. There we go. And then that is going to do 1 damage. Monitoring. It is looking right now for. Well, let's go with the monster again. Trying to remember. Boom, boom, boom. Monster, 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 monster. So mask, and we're looking for. He's looking for the player. So this one is going to be a mask, but we're only looking for the monster. So we're monitoring for the monster. If we enter that, we're going to cause the monster, which we also need to add. Speaking of which, we need to add a health component to the monster. Monster health component. Boom. We're going to call it HC again. Okay. And we're going to give the monster 1 hit point for now. Okay, save. Oh, and on the health component, we need to connect hc dot died dot connect died. Okay. Actually, technically, I think we can just do q free. There we go. Okay, so now our monster has that. Our player has this hurt box. Oh, I need to enable the hurt box and disable it, or else we're going to be running around with that hurt box active. So we're going to turn off the monitoring. Okay, so let's go back into the player script. We're going to also want this hurt box, copy hurt box dot monitoring equals true. And then at the end, we're going to turn it off as false. Boom. Okay, and then we also want this in our initial ready function because we want to make sure, just in case, we want that to be false, and we also want the weapon to not be visible at the beginning, just in case we leave it turned on. Okay. Go back to our game board now. Let's add in our monster again. Boom, boom. F6. Okay. Our monster is not. Okay, why aren't we damaging our monster? Monster. Boom, 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 boom. We have the died. We have the health component. Health component is 1, so that should be dead. Let's see, hurt box. Monster. Oh, because we didn't set our monster to exist on layer 3. There we go. Let's try that again. There we go. Monster dead. Okay, so that kills our monster. Um, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, so we got that. We got attack system. We can kill the monster. Um, we do eventually need to make the monster fight back, but we'll get back to that in a second. We got the exit room. We got the game board. What else are we needing here? Well, let's go back over to our thing. We got the monster. We got a combat mechanic. That's done. We need to add the actual drawing of them. And God, that's stupid. The HUD thing. It's trying to drive me nuts. Let's make our game over screen at least. Okay, jump up back over here. Scene, new scene. UI. This is going to be called, we're going to call this, actually, not control. Let's change type. Canvas. Canvas layer. This is going to be game over. Game over screen. There we go. Let's add a control node. Let's make that the entire screen. Boom. Let's add a label. And let's add that to be dead center. Let's say you die. Or right now we can't really die, so we're going to say you escaped. ESC, you escaped. You know what? Let's add a child node. Let's do a VBox. Let's put that in the center. Let's put this in the middle. The VBox is going to be dead center. Boom. You escaped. Let's add another label. You earned X gold. What was the other thing I wanted? You escaped gold time. It took you okay, so then we got all three of these. We're going to make these in the center. Let's add in add color rect. Let's make this the entire thing. Boom. Let's make this up here, so it's behind everything. Let's make it a darker color. There we go. You escaped. Let's make this a where is theme fonts? Theme overrides. There we go. Font sizes 24. Let's make it 32. Add an HBox container. Let's put this in here. We're going to double that. We're going to change this to gold found. Boom. Gold. This is just going to be unique. Gold found. Oh, this one 32767. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, let's add another. Just duplicate that HBox. We'll take this and we'll copy this. C. Boom, boom. We'll delete this. Okay, here. It took you. We'll just say this. It took you. And then gold. We'll say boom. Yeah. Okay, boom, 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 boom. So what we want to do is we want HBox container. We want these settings. Layout, expand. Vertical, that's fine. Shrink center is fine, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. These ones, layout, expand. I mean, everything is all lined up. There we go. Boom. And then we need one more thing. Add a child node. Let's add another label. Okay. This label is just a spacer. Oh, spacer. We'll make it 2. And then we are going to add a button. The button's just going to say play again. Play again. Okay, whoops. Let's do these two. We're going to align those left. Those two we can align center. Actually, let's align these right. There we go. And then everything looks fine. Let's make sure that this is still centered. Doom. Okay. You escape. And then we can do and this one's going to say you died. And then we can just call this one escape, ESCAPE. This one called died. We'll make those unique. Okay. Then we can just hide, whoops. Hide just the one. We can toggle you died, you escaped. Okay. File, scene, save, scene as. Let's go back up. New folder. Let's call it GUI. Game over. Save. Okay. So now we got this game over. This will. Let's go back into our exit room. We're gonna find the GUI button. Boom. GUI. Game over. We're gonna put this up here. Boom. And then end game. We don't need to do this. We're going to do get tree, change, scene to file, boom, game over. Okay. Okay. We don't have that one going yet. Let's go back in here. Do I still have the monster? I do. Let's see if we can die. Boom, 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 boom. And this should trigger our game over. It did not. Why didn't it not? Okay. Let's go back over to the exit room. Let's change this back to file. Oops. Game over. Yeah, we don't need to preload that. There. We just do that. And this should change it to our game over. Boom, boom, boom. Why aren't you changing? Why aren't you changing to the new scene? Oh. Dummy me. This is the exit room. This isn't I died from fighting with the bugbear or whatever it is. There we go. Okay. Okay, done. Okay, we got that. We got the exit. We've got what do we got next? What do we got next? We got that. We got you died. We got the you escaped. We'll program that in. We need to add the event system. We need to add in the monster attack. Let's add in a monster attack, and then we'll be monster. Okay, let's do a monster scene. Let's just go ahead. Let's go over to the player. Let's copy this entirely. Copy. Go to the monster. Let's add this in. Paste. And we're going to change its weapon. Yep, thank you. Okay, we're going to change to... Let's see. Let's give it an axe. I know there's an axe in here somewhere. Okay, and then we're going to go into player. Let's copy the animation player as well. Paste that in. Okay, there's the axe animation. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. Monster scripts. Let's go back into the player. Let's take the attack. We're gonna copy this. Copy monster. We're gonna put this here. Okay. Then we need to bring in the, let's see, hurtbox, weapon, and the animation player. Okay. So then we have those. Okay. Now we just need something to trigger the attack. So if we look at this, we could just add a, let's just do a add child. Let's do a player detector. Player, no, what am I doing? Area 2D. Area 2D. We're going to look for, it's going to be monitoring for player 2. Okay, add child node. We're going to add the collision shape. Okay, let's make it a circle. Okay, and then we're going to give it a size of 64. Yeah, that works. Okay, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to also bring in, we're going to call this player detector. Okay. We're going to bring that in here. We're going to also have add child node. We're going to add the timer. This is going to be called attack delay. Let's give it a 1 second delay. Yeah, that works fine. Player detector. We've already got that in there. We're going to also need this. Okay, player detector. Player detector dot body. Body entered. Connect. Wow, I can't spell. Connect. And let's just put in attack. Attack. This will be body. Call node 2D. Wow, node 2D. There we go. If body is player, brain work, brain not work, brain work, brain not work. Okay, we're gonna do the attack delay dot start. Okay, this is a 1 second. It's a one-shot timer. Let's put this at the bottom. If attack delay is stopped. If attack delay is stopped, then do all this. Okay. Do all that. Attack. Swing. Okay. Oh, we also need to turn off the, just like we did with the player at the beginning. Let's put this in here. Monster beginning. Function ready. We already have that. Put this in here. We don't need that. Weapon, hurt box. Okay. So now we have a 1 second delay. It should be when we come into the thing. My break is over. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's see. Do I have collision? Yeah, I do. Okay, so. Oops. Let's go back over here to the hurt box. Let's make it hurt the player instead. Okay. Now let's try that again. Instead of the monster attacking itself and killing himself. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Just out of curiosity. Buddy, not right now, okay? Daddy's on recording, bud. Go, please. Okay. So that works. That works. We gotta go back and get rid of those arrows. That's fine. I mean, it's for debugging. Okay. So let's see here. What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. I don't think I added anything. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, so we got the monster attacking. We don't have the monster moving, but we probably should. At export var move speed float equals, let's make them slow, 100. Okay, then let's do a function physics process delta velocity equals how am I going to do this? How do I get a direction to the player? I need a global reference somewhere for the player. I'll just throw a global reference in the game manager. Okay, so let's go to the game manager. Let's add in here. Let's add in var player. Okay. So I spell player right. Copy. Let's go back to the game board when we set this up. Game manager dot player equals our player. Boom. Save. Okay. So then equals game manager dot player. Actually, velocity equals global position dot get angle to, not get direction, distance to, global game manager dot player dot global position. Okay, so velocity equals get distance to dot normalized times speed or move speed. Oh, maybe it's angle 2. Oh, what? Why am I forgetting this stupid thing? Basic. Godot. Basic. Basic. Godot, move enemy to player. Follow player. I mean, it's stupid simple. I'm forgetting something. Vector distance 2. No, I don't want a YouTube video. Just want a speed, target, velocity is the direction to the global position. Yep. Velocity times speed times delta. Why is that not working? Let's see here. What else we got? What else we got going on? Oh, this is what we did, right? Global position, direction 2, then the target's global position. Okay. Is that not what I did? Global position, I had direction 2. Direction 2. Game manager player dot global position. Okay. Times move speed. There we go. And then we'll do move and slide. Okay. So let's see now if the monster moves. Ooh, hey. Okay, that works. Okay, monster moving. Monster 360 attacks to save us some time. Gotta come back and do the GUI. We gotta do event triggers. How much time do I have left? I don't have a whole lot of time left to make 3 hours. Okay. Okay. Let's jump over to jump back over to Game Manager. Game Manager, here we go. We need to come up with let me see, list of events. We want to do a trap, a monster, or treasure. Trap, monster, or treasure. Each time a tile is drawn. Okay, so let's do here. Function find encounter. COUNTER. Boom, 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 and we're gonna return. We're going to return the entity, so let's just call it the node 2D. We're going to return the node 2D. Okay, and then so what we're going to do, we're going to have a monster, we're going to have a trap, and we're going to have a chest. So let's just do another array, but this time we're just going to preload these. So let's do a right now we're just going to have a monster. Whoops, Control Z. Because I haven't made the treasure yet, so let's do a var possible events. Just call it events. Equals events is an array. Of packed scenes, packed, and it's going to equal monster right now. So we only have one thing. We'll call it monster. You know what? Let's add 2 monsters in there, just so then we can say that there's 2. Okay. Okay. So we've got this. This is going to be, what did I call this again? Events. Oop, lowercase events. Copy. Okay. Events dot pick random return. Okay. So we're going to do all this. We're going to add, so at the end here, tiles drawn +1, new room dot add child. Find encounter. that all we have to do? Just going to add a monster to all these new... So if we go back to the game board. Is that going to add a monster to all of these? Oh, I need to instantiate the scene before I return it. Okay. Instantiate. Okay, and then I can return the new event. Okay, that should do it. All right, now it's going to cause... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to create the new scene. We got a monster, we need a treasure, and we need a trap. Let's do treasure, because that's going to be the next easiest thing. So let's just do... So we got the monster scene. Let's do a scene, new scene. Let's do a 2D scene. Sure, that's fine. We're going to call this a treasure chest. Treasure. There we go. Wow. Sprite 2D. We're going to bring in the tile sheet again. We're going to go back into animation. This is a, let's see, chest is roughly here. So we're looking at 14, 28, 30, 40. Like, I think it's going to be like 60-ish. 14, 11, let's try frame 60. Boom! Good guess. 60, perfect. Oh, actually, no, we don't want that one. We want this one that's clear, because we're going to put this in the middle of the room. So 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 67. Okay. So let's use 67. There we go. Okay, 67. Yep, okay, so that's fine. 67. Oops. Treasure chest. Let's put this in the new tiles, events. Let's do a new folder called events, treasure chest, save. Okay. Let's add an area 2D. Let's add a collision shape. And let's give it a square, rectangle, boom. Let's make it the size of the treasure chest. Boom, boom, boom. That should be 64 by 6. That's 48 by 48. That's fine. 48 by 48. Okay, boom. We're going to make this collision. Player 2. Monitoring player 2? Or do we want... Yeah, no, we'll just monitor for player 2. It's a lot easier that way. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let's add a script here. Events, treasure chest. Okay, extends. Let's do a class. Name. Treasure chest. Boom. Function ready. Put that in here for now because we need this. Area 2D. Oops, Control C. Body entered. Pick up. Oops. Function, pick up. The body. If body is player. Game manager, we need a gold tracker. So let's do a var gold int equals 0. Save that. If body is player, game manager dot gold plus equals. Let's do a random I range. How much should we do? Let's do like 25 to 75. 25 to 50, 75. Right? Does that sound right? Q free. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll do. Yay! Awesome. Okay. Let's see. We are getting very close to being out of time here. Q free. Okay, so we got a treasure chest with that. If it's a player, we pick it up and we queue it free. Okay, we save that. Go back. Let's do the game over screen. Let's add our script to the game over screen. We're gonna do function ready. We're gonna do the gold dot text equals the string value of game manager dot gold. Okay, so then at the end we'll see how much gold we got. We gotta get talk with my hands and whacked myself right in the face. Okay, so we'll do that. So that should help with that. We need to add in a timer, which we will do here in a moment. Okay, we got this. Let's go back to the game manager. We got that. We need the treasure chest, TREA. Okay, copy monster and the treasure chest. Let's save this. Okay, let's F6 it. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Picked it up. We got the monster. We got treasure chest. Boom. Treasure chest is. Okay. Treasure chest is always backwards. Huh? Mm-hmm. We found 412 gold. Yay! Okay. We are getting close to having the game. Oh, okay. We got that. We got that. We need treasure chest. I'm just going to flip this sprite, I think. 2D. Flip. Horizontal. Transform. What's it under? Offset? Offset. Flip. Vertical. There we go. Okay, just one more oops, over here, game board. I just want to make sure that it. There we go. Okay. But let's just do one quick thing with this. Let's turn this off and let's go to the sprite. Let's go to the modulate. Modulate. See if I can give it a quick brown color. Brownish gold. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Game board. Wow, there we go. Boom. Yeah, I don't think I like that. Let's try self-modulate. Boom. Just the faintest hint of yellow. Okay. Let's see. Jump back over here. Let's look at our boom. We've got treasure event. Oops. treasure events done, the monster events done. We got those other things. I'm gonna probably come back to those. We got a game over screen. Yeah, I wanted to add in those. Title screen, HUD. I want to get the HUD working. Why is the HUD not working? It's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, okay. So we got this. Let's get rid of this initial monster. He's driving me nuts for testing. So here we go. Whoop. Hey, monster. Okay. Get that. Okay. Yay. Good. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to the game over screen. We got play again. We need that button. Play again. Okay. And we'll put that up here. Play again. Dot pressed. Dot connect. Reset. Function reset. Void. Get tree. Dot load. No, not. Change to file. Game board. Done. Save. Okay, so that should reset that. Before we do that, we want to call game manager dot reset. Okay. There we go. Game manager. Yep, thank you. Okay, 5-minute break. Ugh. Ugh, back is killing me. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, we got like 18 minutes to hit the 3-hour mark. Let's see here. Play again. We gotta go to game manager. We need to create a function reset. And let's see what we got up here. We want gold. We want tiles drawn. Gold, tiles drawn. What else are we tracking? We want a var for time. Float. Okay, and then on our function physics time. Did I call it time or timer? Time. Or plus equals delta. Okay. And then on the, so then what else we want to do? Time equals 0.0. Okay, and then on the game over screen, we want to do gold. We did. This is time. Access as unique. I know doing it this way is just stupid because then it's this, but whatever. Time.text equals the string value of game manager time. I don't have time for this. Let's Godot. Convert total delta time to readable time. Okay. seconds to hours, minutes. Here we go. All times plus equals delta. Text is this. Okay, we'll just borrow this for now. We'll put this in here, and we'll do this. Cut this out. Time.text equals put this in. We're going to put that. Okay, save. Okay, that and player. We also want to do player hc dot died dot connect and game function and game boom 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 void. Let's drop back over here to the exit room. We're going to do this, copy that. Where was I? Player. Okay. We'll change that over there. You know what? Let's do one more thing here. Let's do var 1 bool equals false. Apple alive equals true. Okay, so then down here we're going to do live equals true. We're going to reset that value. Okay, and then in the player here, if he's dead, we're going to do game manager.alive equals false. Okay. And then in the end game over, boom, we will do if game manager.alive begin escape dot visible percent equals true. And this one is died visible equals false. Control C, else, boom, just flip these around. Then we get the message based on how it happened. Okay, let's try this. Let's see if we can die from the player. Boom, boom, boom. Ow! You died. Lasted 1 second. Play again. Oh, wow. Look at that run. Whoa. Okay, 453. It took you, boom. Okay. 18 seconds. Okay. Okay, we got that. We've got 19 minutes left. Okay. We need some sound effects. Okay, let's do new folder. SFX. Okay. Actually, let's just call it. Come on. Rename. Sound. SOUNDS. Sounds. Okay. I downloaded some pencil scratches earlier. So let's go see. Where did I put those? Pencil scratches. Game assets. Where the heck are my game assets? There we are. Game development assets. Sounds. P. Or was it just called Scribble? God, I can't remember it. Scribble sound effects. Here we go. Just open it. It's fine. Scribble sound effects. Let's put these all in the sounds. Did that not work? Of course not. Why would that work? Copy these. What game was this called again? This is graph paper, Gauntlet, sounds, paste. There we go. There, now we have some sounds. Okay. Well, what we need for sounds? We want we're triggering well, we do need a audio player 2D on the player. Let's add one also on the add one on the game board. And we'll add one on the monster. Okay. So let's see. What do we got here for sound effects? Let's listen. What do we got? Scribble 1. Oops. Oh, that's a good one. I think that one would be good for the player sword. So let's make that one the player sword. Player, animation player, attack. Let's add an audio playback track. Play this. Let's add in this. Boom. Okay. That sounds pretty good. Let's make this. We'll make it 4 just in case. We'll go to the monster. Let's go to the animation player for him. Dang it, I made the clone of those two. Let's see how this sounds. Hold on. The other thing I wanted to, when the new room shows up, I kind of want the scribble sound to play when it comes in. That one's too long, 2 seconds. Okay, so let's do that one. We want this one to play game board. We're going to call this room add. Okay. Autoplay, Steam. Okay, so then what we're going to do is when we go into our scripts, let's go and game board. Let's add in this. Boom. Save it. Room add. Copy. New title trigger. If it doesn't equal that, add in the room, and then let's do get parent. I'm going to call this twice. Control C. Okay. So now, when we add the new room, it should. Why is it not playing? Okay, so let's do that. And then let's go back over here. Let's see if that works. Okay, why is this not doing it? Okay, why are you not playing? Why is the sound effect not playing? Why is Stream Player 3D? Why is it empty? see what we got here for music. Oh, that's gonna be a little too much, I think. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, we need some ambient music. What do we got in here? Oh god, that's one of those huge packs. Okay, well, what do we have already? Dungeon crawler, epic, horror, mini fantasy. Let's see, regular goblins den. Let's see what this sounds like. You know what? This might work. Let's just throw this in here for now. We'll put this in sounds. Boom. Goblins den. Let's put that in here. Autoplay. Whoa. Why is this not working? Audio stream player, 2D. This, autoplay. Oh my god. Why aren't you working? Oh, I know why. Okay. I'm an idiot. Because I put it as a 2D and the origin is way the hell over. I don't want it as an origin. I want it as this. We're going to put it right here. There. Save. Now it should work. Wow. Oh, whoops. Okay, let's change this out to, it's too long. That works. No, still too much. Okay, and now I need one more. Add another audio stream player. Boom. Let's give us the Goblin's Den. Let's throw that in there. Autoplay. Okay, save this. We're at a 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Here we go. Let's go back over here. We have got our game loop done. We have got a, we don't have these in here. We do have treasure. We do have a treasure event. We don't have traps. Open rooms. We don't have keys, doors. I do want to add a trap, so I think I'm going to go over the 3 hours. But I think right now, let's see where I can get. Let's add one more thing. Let's just add in a title screen. And then we will call this 3 hours done. Scene. New scene. Change type. Canvas. Canvas layer. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we're going to call this title. Screen. C-R-E-N. Let's add in a texture rec. Okay, and then the texture rec is going to be this. Boom, 2D. That is going to be exactly the size of the screen, right? Boom. Okay. Oh, nope. We want the scale, fit width, fit height. Scale. No, we want to keep the aspect. Keep the aspect. Keep aspect centered. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to add in, oops. Add child a button. I'm going to add in play. Quit. We're going to just move these down. Quit button, play button. Play quit. Okay, and then they're both going to be theme overrides, colors, no, styles, normal, style box empty, fonts, colors, font color, black. No, we want it to be, actually, where's my, pick a color, that color. Okay, boom, perfect. Play quit. I'm going to put this under GUI. Title screen. Play and quit. Okay. And that is the end of my timer. Let's just add in this title screen. We're just going to connect in these buttons. Function ready. Play.pressed. .connect. Play. Quit.press.connect would be get tree. Quit. Okay. And then I can just steal this one from the game over screen of function play. play game. Okay, so I do this, title screen, quits the game, play game. There we go. Voila! We have a game. Save. Okay. So I'm going to call that the end. I'm going to say we've created the game. It all works. And I'm going to go and think about if I'm going to submit it as is or if I'm going to go past the 3-hour time mark and take away my chance at getting first place. I don't think this is going to be a first place as it is. So I think I'm going to go back and redo it and go past the 3-hour mark. But I'll circle back around to that later. But if you get a chance, take it and check out my itch page. That will be uploaded probably later today, and you can actually play this game. Until then, go ahead and say thanks for joining me, and have a good night, and we'll catch you later. Bye.